Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name's Han, I'm a hand embroidery artist, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to embroider these tiny little bumblebees onto shoes. You don't have to do this embroidery project on shoes, you could embroider these little bees onto jeans or onto a hoop, so I guess I'm just showing you how to embroider little bumblebees in general. But let's get started and I'm going to take you through the supplies you're going to need to complete this project. As always, everything I'm going to list is going to be linked in the description of this video, just to make it super easy for you to pick up these supplies if you do want to try this project at home. So aside from the shoes, which as you can see I have already embroidered the majority of the design onto, you are going to need some embroidery needles. I always say it doesn't matter what brand you use, where you get them from. I like to use these DMC needles, but I also have these other non-branded needles. They don't have a brand name anywhere, and I get these from Amazon and they are such a steal. Next, you will absolutely be needing some kind of finger protectors. I like to use these silicone ones. They're super affordable. They come in multi-packs of like 20 to 30. You can also get leather finger protectors, and you can also just use regular metal thimbles. I find these the easiest to work with, and I use them in every single shoe embroidery project that I do. Next up, you're going to need some thread. Obviously, we're going to need the black and the yellow of the stripy bumblebees, and then I like to use a really light blue gray color. It's showing up more gray on camera for the wings of the bumblebee, because if you embroider them in white, they're not really going to show up against a white shoe. And then lastly, you are going to need some small sharp scissors. You can use larger kitchen scissors for a project like this if you are embroidering onto Vans like I am, but I find it much easier to get closer to the area that you need to cut if you have really small sharp scissors like these. Okay, so those are all of the supplies you're going to be needing for this project. Next, we're going to move on to how to prep your thread for the embroidery. Embroidery skeins come in one big strand, which is made up of 6 smaller tiny strands, and to get delicate, clean, cute looking stitches you have to separate these 6 strands to get smaller strand counts. We are going to be using 2 strands of thread for every single step of this project, so I'm just going to be showing you how to separate thread just this one time with this black thread. Next, you're going to need to take a very fine line pencil, or you could use an erasable embroidery marker. I have one of those linked in the description below. I like to just use this really thin lined pencil because I am going to be embroidering over the marks that I make. You're not going to be able to see any marks at all, so I'm not going to need to erase anything. These bumblebees that I'm embroidering are tiny. They're like a couple of millimeters across. Once you've marked out the oval bodies of the bumblebees, we're going to go in with our needle, and this is the perfect reminder to remember to knot the end of your thread, which I did not do here because I'm focusing on recording this tutorial. I like to make 2 knots in the end of my thread. As far as the stitches go, we're just going to be making straight stitches for the bumblebee's body, so we're just going to be going from the top of the oval to the bottom of the oval and making 3 black stripes. I do like to double up this stitch at the beginning, so for the bumblebee's head I'll do 2 straight stitches just overlapping each other, and then for the other stripes I'll just do 1 straight stitch, just because I like it when the head of the bumblebee has like more of a rounded, fuller effect. These bumblebees again are really tiny, so you might not even be able to tell what I'm talking about, but I think it does make a difference. And remember to leave small gaps in between these straight stitches that we're doing with the black thread, because obviously that is where we are going to put the yellow stripes of the bumblebee's body. Now, before I move on to the yellow stripes, I do want to add a tiny little antenna to the front of the bumblebee, which will attach to its little forehead. And again, we're just using a simple straight stitch for this, and it's kind of just to signify where the head of the bumblebee is, because I don't love doing a really long pointed back end of a bumblebee, which would signify like where the stinger is. I kind of like them round and rotund. So repeat these same stitches on the other bumblebee, and once you're done with the other bumblebee, again, don't forget to add the antenna onto their forehead. We are going to be going in with the yellow thread. I wanted to try and show you how I tie off my thread inside the shoe when it's time to switch thread colors, and it's super simple. I just loop my needle inside some of the inner stitches. I do that about twice. I then make another loop, but with this loop I make a knot, and then I do that again. So I end up making 2 knots on the inside of the shoe, really small, tiny tidy, and then I cut away the excess thread before threading the next color. Now again, we're only using 2 strands of this yellow thread, so don't forget to separate 2 strands away from the remaining 4. This part of the project is even easier than when we were using black thread because we basically are just filling up the lines in between the black stitches that we made before. And there's only 2 yellow stripes on each of the bumblebees. Once you're done with the yellow stripes on each of the bumblebees, we are going to be changing our thread color to that really light blue gray color, and we're going to be using this for the wings. And for the wings, we're going to be doing some really tiny lazy daisy stitches, again with only 2 strands of this really light blue gray color. So for the lazy daisy stitches, start at the top of the bumblebee where the wings are going to connect to the body, bring the needle up through the fabric, and then bring it back down through the fabric super close to where you just brought it up through the fabric. And then we're going to insert the needle back up through the shoe and loop it through the excess thread that we left on the surface of the shoe. We're then going to anchor that after pulling that thread a little bit taut and making a little loop on the surface of the shoe. And then we're going to anchor that down to make a really tiny wing / petal shape. I've also used this same stitch for the little lavender buds on the flowers below the bees, so you can see how they look on a larger scale. And we're going to do 2 of these lazy daisy wing stitches on each of the bumblebees, so they each have 2 wings so that they can fly about on the shoes. The best tip I can give you for great lazy daisy stitches is to not pull the thread too tight, especially when you are anchoring the loop stitch to the shoe. They're supposed to look a little bit fluffy, a little bit 3D, so you don't want to pull them super tight to the shoe because then it kind of just looks like it's one line of a stitch. It doesn't look like there's 2 little separate lines of thread going up and creating a 3D loop shape. And that brings us to the end of this project. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave me a like and maybe comment on any future tutorials you would like me to film. If you'd like to see more embroidery tutorials and small business related content, I definitely consider subscribing to this channel. I try and put out a couple of videos a week, and I have some really fun stuff planned for the next few months, and you don't want to miss it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again in my next video.